Al-Ghazali, a prominent advocate of Islamic theology in the 11th century, and Immanuel Kant, the renowned philosopher of Enlightenment thought from the 18th century, come together in an imaginative simulation to engage in profound debate. Our journey spans two iconic cities, Baghdad, where Islamic philosophy and theology thrived, and Königsberg, where the Enlightenment spirit reshaped intellectual discourse. In these dialogues, Al-Ghazali and Kant clash over three fundamental questions: the role of reason in comprehending the divine, the nature of morality, and the possibility of metaphysical knowledge. Drawing on Al-Ghazali's The Revival of the Religious Sciences and the Incoherence of the Philosophers, and Kant's critique of pure reason and critique of practical reason, we delve into the intellectual rift between Islamic theology and Enlightenment philosophy. Join Attic books as Al-Ghazali and Immanuel Kant engage in a timeless debate that transcends centuries. The limits of human reason in understanding the divine.
Greetings, Herr Kant. Human reason, though a great gift, has its limits when it comes to understanding the divine. In my work, The Incoherence of the Philosophers, I argue that rational inquiry cannot fully grasp the mysteries of God. Our intellect, bound by human limitations, is unable to penetrate the divine reality. Reason alone is insufficient. Revelation is required to truly understand the divine essence.
Greetings, Al-Ghazali. I appreciate your perspective, but I must respectfully disagree. In my critique of pure reason, I explore the boundaries of reason. And while I acknowledge that we cannot know things beyond the empirical world, what I call the noumenal realm, I also believe that reason plays a crucial role in guiding our understanding of morality and the divine. We may not have direct access to the divine, but reason provides us with the moral laws that reflect the divine order.
You speak of moral laws, Herr Kant, but how can such laws be a substitute for divine revelation? Reason, without the guiding light of revelation, can easily lead us astray. The soul, what we call nafs, is inclined toward desires and self-deception. Revelation offers certainty where reason falters, ensuring that our understanding of God is not corrupted by our limited human perspectives.
Indeed, Al-Ghazali, human reason has its imperfections, but it is precisely through the exercise of reason that we are able to distinguish between right and wrong. The moral law within us, what I term the categorical imperative, is an expression of the divine will. It is not revelation in the traditional sense, but it is accessible to all rational beings. Through reason, we uphold our duty and recognize the divine in the structure of moral law.
However, Kant, reason alone cannot provide the sense of divine connection that revelation does. Revelation is a direct communication from God, offering us not only guidance, but also the emotional and spiritual fulfillment that reason cannot provide. The mysteries of the divine are meant to be approached with humility, not with the arrogance of thinking that reason alone can suffice.
Al-Ghazali, you make a compelling argument about the necessity of revelation. However, I would argue that the universality of the moral law is itself an indication of the divine, accessible through reason alone. This universality speaks to something greater that binds all rational beings, regardless of their background.
Dear Kant, I understand the importance of reason in discerning right from wrong, but without the foundation of divine revelation, can we truly be confident in our moral compass? Revelation provides a framework that guides even our rational pursuits, ensuring that our judgments align with the divine will. Human reason, left to itself, risks becoming subjective, influenced by personal desires and cultural biases.
Al-Ghazali, I acknowledge the importance of revelation in offering a sense of absolute certainty, but I maintain that reason has a unique role in establishing universal moral principles. The categorical imperative as a rational concept transcends cultural and personal differences, pointing us towards what is universally right. Reason and revelation need not be adversaries, rather they can complement one another, providing both the moral framework and the divine inspiration that elevate human life.
Reason may provide a moral structure, dear Kant, but without revelation, it lacks the certainty and divine assurance that people need. Revelation not only guides us, but connects us with the divine presence, something reason alone cannot achieve. It is through this connection that we gain the true confidence and purpose needed for a virtuous life.
You raise an important point about humility, Al-Ghazali. I do not suggest that reason can provide the emotional and spiritual solace that faith does. However, I believe that by recognizing the limits of our reason, we come to a more profound understanding of our place in the universe. Faith and reason, though distinct, can coexist, each serving a different yet complementary purpose in our search for truth.
Faith and reason may coexist, dear Kant, but it is crucial that faith takes precedence when it comes to understanding the divine. Reason can be a useful tool, but without submission to the divine will, it risks overstepping its bounds. Revelation is not just guidance, it is the foundation upon which any meaningful pursuit of truth must rest. Without it, reason may lead us into error rather than truth.
I understand your insistence on revelation, Al-Ghazali, but I see reason as the mechanism through which we achieve autonomy and moral growth. It is through rational reflection that we develop our moral principles and understand the obligations that we have towards others. Revelation may provide a foundation for some, but reason is universal and accessible to all, allowing us to find common ground and build a moral society.
The foundations of morality.
Al-Ghazali, I believe that morality can and should be universal, independent of any specific revelation. In my critique of practical reason, I propose the concept of the categorical imperative, a principle that guides our actions based on rationality and a sense of duty. This imperative is not bound by any particular religious tradition. It is accessible to all rational beings, providing a common foundation for moral behavior.
But, dear Kant, once again, how can a principle derived solely from human reason be considered objective? Human nature is flawed, and reason can be easily swayed by personal interests and societal pressures. Divine revelation, on the other hand, offers certainty and a clear moral compass. It is through revelation that we understand our duties to God and to one another, ensuring that our morality is not compromised by human weaknesses.
I understand your concern, Al-Ghazali, but the strength of the categorical imperative lies in its universality. It requires us to act in a way that we would will to become a universal law, applicable to all people at all times. This universality is what makes it objective, as it is based on reason rather than individual desires or cultural norms. By following the categorical imperative, we can create a moral framework that is fair and just for everyone.
Dear Kant, I do not deny the appeal of a universal moral principle, but I believe that true objectivity can only come from God. Revelation provides us with the divine knowledge needed to navigate complex moral situations. Reason alone may offer general guidelines, but it cannot account for the nuances of human life, nor can it provide the spiritual fulfillment that comes from following God's will. True morality is not just about actions. It is about the intention behind those actions, and only through divine guidance can we ensure our intentions are pure.
I appreciate your emphasis on intention, Al-Ghazali. In my view, intention is indeed crucial, which is why the concept of duty is central to my moral philosophy. Acting out of duty, as dictated by reason, ensures that our actions are morally worthy. While revelation may provide additional motivation for some, I believe that reason is sufficient to guide us toward moral behavior. It is through reason that we recognize our duties to ourselves and to others, and it is through fulfilling these duties that we find moral worth.
Dear Kant, duty alone is not enough. It is the love of God and the desire to please Him that truly elevates our actions. Without this divine connection, morality becomes a mere exercise in rational calculation, devoid of spiritual depth. Revelation provides not only the rules, but also the purpose behind those rules, a purpose that is rooted in our relationship with the Creator. It is this relationship that gives meaning to our moral actions and inspires us to strive for greater goodness.
I understand your perspective, Al-Ghazali, and I agree that love and devotion can add a profound dimension to moral life. However, I believe that the moral law, as discerned through reason, is what gives us the autonomy to choose right over wrong. It is this autonomy that makes our moral actions truly virtuous. By acting in accordance with reason, we exercise our freedom and fulfill our potential as rational beings. Revelation may complement this, but it is reason that ultimately grounds our moral obligations.
Dear Kant, while autonomy is indeed a valuable aspect of human life, it is through submission to the divine will that we find true purpose. Reason alone can lead us to the threshold of morality, but it is only through the love of God and the guidance of revelation that we can fully realize the depth of moral and spiritual existence. The ultimate aim is not merely to act rightly, but to act in devotion to the Creator, which gives our actions a transcendent meaning that reason alone can't provide.
The possibility of metaphysical knowledge.
Al-Ghazali, I want to discuss the possibility of metaphysical knowledge. In my critique of pure reason, I argue that human reason is limited when it comes to understanding the nature of things beyond the empirical world, the noumenal realm. We cannot have direct knowledge of the metaphysical, as our understanding is constrained by our sensory experience. I believe that metaphysical claims must be approached with skepticism, as we lack the means to verify them through reason or experience.
Kant, while I understand your skepticism, I believe that metaphysical knowledge is not beyond our reach. It is true that human reason has its limitations, but through divine revelation, we are given insights into the metaphysical realities that transcend our sensory experience. Revelation is a source of knowledge that allows us to understand the nature of the divine, the soul, and the afterlife, truths that reason alone cannot uncover. It is through faith and submission to God that we gain access to these higher truths.
I respect your reliance on revelation, Al-Ghazali, but I must maintain that revelation is inherently subjective. Different religious traditions offer conflicting metaphysical claims, and without a rational basis for adjudicating between them, we are left with uncertainty. My philosophy aims to establish the limits of what we can know with certainty, and I argue that metaphysical speculation often leads us into contradictions and confusion. Reason, in my view, should be used to clarify our understanding, not to overstep its bounds.
Kant, the diversity of religious traditions does not negate the truth of revelation. While different paths may offer different perspectives, the essence of divine truth remains consistent for those who seek it sincerely. Revelation provides us with knowledge that is beyond the reach of empirical verification, but that does not make it any less true. The existence of God, the nature of the soul, and the reality of the afterlife are not matters that can be fully comprehended through sensory experience. They require a different kind of understanding, one rooted in faith and spiritual insight.
I acknowledge that there are aspects of human existence that cannot be fully explained by empirical science, Al-Ghazali. However, my concern is that when we rely on revelation alone, we risk losing the clarity that reason provides. Metaphysical claims must be approached with caution, as they can easily lead to dogmatism. My aim is to safeguard human understanding by defining the boundaries of reason and ensuring that we do not make claims that go beyond what we can know. It is better, in my view, to acknowledge our limitations than to assert knowledge without sufficient grounds.
Kant, I appreciate your caution, but I believe that true knowledge requires both reason and revelation. Reason helps us navigate the material world, but revelation opens the door to the spiritual realities that define our ultimate purpose. To deny the possibility of metaphysical knowledge is to deny a fundamental aspect of our existence. The heart yearns for answers that reason cannot provide, and it is through divine revelation that we find the fulfillment of that yearning. Metaphysical knowledge is not a matter of speculation. It is a matter of faith, trust, and the acceptance of truths that are beyond our limited comprehension.
You make a passionate case for the importance of revelation, Al-Ghazali, and I agree that there are dimensions of human experience that reason alone cannot address. However, I believe that the role of reason is to provide structure and coherence to our beliefs. While revelation may offer insights into the metaphysical, it is reason that helps us interpret and apply those insights in a meaningful way. We must be cautious not to allow metaphysical claims to undermine the clarity and consistency that reason brings to our understanding of the world.
Kant, reason and revelation are indeed complementary, but revelation must take precedence when it comes to metaphysical truths. Reason can guide us to a certain extent, but it is revelation that provides the certainty and depth that reason lacks. The ultimate purpose of human existence lies in our relationship with the divine, and it is through revelation that we come to understand that purpose. Metaphysical knowledge is not merely an abstract pursuit. It is the key to understanding who we are, why we are here, and what lies beyond this world. Without revelation, we are left with an incomplete picture of reality.
In this video, Al-Ghazali and Immanuel Kant engaged in three profound debates. Each highlighted the dynamic tension between faith and reason, two powerful forces that shape our understanding of the world. These debates underscore the complexity of the human quest for knowledge and the enduring need to find balance between rational inquiry and spiritual belief. As we reflect on the insights offered by both Al-Ghazali and Kant, we are reminded that the journey to truth is not a singular path, but a convergence of diverse approaches, each offering its own wisdom. For further reading and to purchase the books referenced in this discussion, please visit the link in the top corner. Thank you for spending your time with Attic Books. Until our next journey, take care.